Before we get into The Graduate, you have any words of advice or criticism or comments of Star's performance?
Oh, gosh.
No, that was lovely. I loved when you went at the end. That thing.
You know, when you...
Oh, you mean the black girl thing? I can teach you. Okay.
Okay.
It's first of all, you have to have more confidence. You can't shrink. Come on, up, honey. Come on up. Finger up. You ready? Dad, you got it. You did it perfectly without thinking about it. It's like very good.
That was great.
Okay, let's talk about The Graduate. Now, you were actually offered the role of Elaine when The Graduate was in London, but you turned it down. Now you're back on Broadway. When you were asked to do it, what made you change your mind?
Well, because when they asked me to do it, Kathleen Turner wasn't involved. She had already done it. So it would, you know, when I didn't want to sort of just go to London for like 9 months and live in London without Kathleen Turner. It didn't sound as good. So, you know, I was interested in doing theater and doing a good project. So when they came to me again, I was lucky enough that a friend had told me, just make sure that they know that you're not interested, but you'd be interested if it was in New York. And it just so happens it came to New York, and it was with Kathleen Turner, and I read it for the first time. That's not good, but I did. I read it, and I was like, this is a great part. I have to do this. So that's why.
Plus, you'd be further away from your dogs.
Exactly. Like that's why I didn't want to leave, because it's so hard to be away from them now. You know, I got my family. And
how many have you got? She doesn't want to tell us exactly how many I hear.
I have quite a few.
Quite a few, more than a few we hear.
Yeah, more than a few.
All the same
But
time?
they're so great. No, they're all rescued. They're all from different situations. Like, you know, they all were going to die for some reason or another, you know. But they're the best. And Samson's here with me, so that's good. He keeps me sane.
Samson is one of the dogs.
Samson's my dog.
It's hard to tell these days, you know.
Exactly.
Samson the boyfriend, Samson the dog, Samson
Well, people are talking a lot about the fact that Kathleen Turner takes her clothes off. Is it something that you would ever consider doing?
She's got a no nudity clause in her contract.
Well, so I never feel like I'm naked in the play, so, you know. I don't know. They say that, because I take my clothes off, but I don't, I have an a bustier and underwear on, but still.
I mean, we should tell people, just in case they didn't see the movie and haven't seen the play, that Kathleen Turner seduces a much younger man, played by Jason Biggs, who's also wonderful, and you're the other woman, the young
it's so
divine woman.
perverted.
Yeah.
Because he, you know, because
What's perverted about it?
He had sex with my mother. He had sex with my mother. I mean, I don't know how you get past that. I can't get past. I mean, she does.
Alicia, when you're my age, you'll get past it.
Would your daughter be okay with sleeping with your boyfriend?
No, not at all.
That's weird. Not the older woman thing. That's beautiful. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
It's
the relationship, the daughter.
Yeah, if my boyfriend slept with my mother.
That's weird.
It's hard to take.
Yeah, that's weird. Well,
but I want to ask you about
she thinks it's weird too.
I want to ask you about the no nudity, because we were, she does too. Because we were, I do, because we were laughing, otherwise I wouldn't be in the dictionary. We were teasing you for another reason backstage, because, I mean, you've got this wonderful body, but you would not show it?
Well, you know, I was really young when I started acting, and so, and the movie, I don't have a really great movie vocabulary. I've seen only so many films, and in current filmmaking, I don't particularly see a lot of creative inspiration behind the nude scenes. They usually seem to me like somebody's like, oh, you know, they're having sex, but they're like, do I look okay? You know what I mean? That, to me, that doesn't make sense to me. You know, if I'm in a movie and I have to squat down and pee and oops, you see me, then, okay, you know, I don't know.
What movie are you going to see?
I don't know. What movie I don't know what I mean, but just that.
If there are reasons,
it really makes sense to me, and if it was somebody really, I don't want to do nudity. I don't want to be naked in front of people. Is that wrong? I mean, does anybody here? But if it was like the perfect, you know, if it was Kenneth Branagh or Todd Solondz or some brilliant filmmaker that made me realize creatively that it would be absolutely brilliant and necessary and work, then I might
There is somebody, even as you speak, writing just this part for you.
You don't believe in gratuitous nudity just for the sake of saying I was naked in the movies?
Yeah, like I saw Jane Campion did a film called Sweetie, and it was really cool because when they would be having sex, they'd be shooting the feet having sex. But there was nudity when she was like, I think she was squatting down to pee. I don't know. I think that's where I got that from. But stuff like that, like the idea that the naturalness of not drawing attention to sex and nudity, but like, I don't know.
Let me talk to you about naturalness. I'll get you off the hook. You are what we call is it vegan or vegan?
Well, I say vegan, but a lot of people say vegan,
Okay.
so.
But whatever it is, it means that you do not eat any meat, you do not eat dairy products, you do not eat fish. Do you eat eggs?
No.
No. So it's total vegetables and fruits, right? Well, tell me what you eat.
I eat
'Cause you look
yummy.
healthy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel better than I ever felt my whole life. It's the most.
Did you just start it recently?
No, 4 years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you eat?
Well, anything that you would eat normally, there is alternatives. A lot of people, like, you can get a veggie burger. You can get veggie, those chicken McNuggets, but like veggie chicken McNuggets. You can get, there's really anything you could possibly want. It just doesn't have cholesterol and animal fat that gives you heart attacks and cancer. So that's the good news. And, but it's
You do grains and stuff like
grains,
that, right?
beans, seeds, nuts. I mean, I eat chocolate. Candle Cafe in New York City,
Which is a
chocolate mousse
vegetarian.
pie.
Love it.
Chocolate gives you bad skin, honey.
No, it doesn't.
No, this is, but they use like, it's all pure stuff. And yeah, chocolate can be bad.
No,
But
but
this is
chocolate
like,
does not give you bad skin. That's a myth.
whatever.
That's
The
true.
thing is that
Anyway,
you can eat
moving
like
right along.
insane delicious things. Hungawi, this other place. has
Alicia, let me ask
yummy
you something, because you must have lost weight on this vegan diet, because it sounds horrible to me.
It's delicious.
But I'm not there in hell. I'd rather give up 10 years for an eggplant parmesan, frankly. But,
You can have eggplant parmesan vegan.
Oil, you can eat all
You
that
can
fat.
have
You can
it.
try it.
I'll take do
Just
it then.
not with the cheese, and they make it different, like with macadamia nuts sprinkled on top.
Sounds good. All right. But I want to talk about how a few years ago when you were doing Batman 2,
Yeah.
and you were so great in Clueless, by the way. You were
Thank
just
you.
hilarious in that. And then after that, you were in Batman 2, and the studio is telling you that you were gaining weight, you were too fat, and all that, that baloney
nice?
that they throw at you. And I remember that period, and I thought, well, how is that girl supposed to put up with this? How did you deal with that?
Well, it was weird. I mean, it was weird to be called fat when I was 8. I think I was 18 or 19.
And I bet you were like a
It's like-
size 8, right?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
That's Hollywood.
Did it send you to a therapist?
Well,
Or
it
did
just
you
made
say
me
they
eat
were
more. It
stupid?
made me go, screw you, I'm going to eat as much as I want whenever I want. So I just kept gaining weight. But then I figured out that the best way to do. I figured out the best way to do it was really to, because when you have that thing of like, I have to be on a diet, I have to be on a diet, it makes you mental. Like, it just destroys your whole, everything in your day is about what you're going to eat, and that's just not. There's too much beauty in life to be worried about that.
Well, listen, you look fabulous. And next time you come back, will you bring something for us, like a special vegan dish?
I should have.
Okay, well, we
with the macadamia.
we are having you. Our thanks to Alicia Silverstone. The Graduate is playing at the Plymouth Theater right here in New York City, and we will be right back.